Hi everybody, Mary Jane from Art Like That. I wanted to share this paper that I bought the other day, and I really like it, and it was a very good price. I wrote it on the back here, $27.95 plus $2.50 tax, and there are 20 sheets, so probably one of the cheaper 100% cotton cold press papers that I have actually used. So let's have a look. I've actually used it already, otherwise I wouldn't be able to tell you that I liked it. And I did this painting here, and I love the way the color just seeps out. Okay, so we're going to do one so I can show you. Let's see now. My paints out. I actually didn't organize this before, but so it seems that using lots of water on this paper is really a good thing, and you don't need a whole lot of color for it to spread. Just give me my red brush here. Okay. So let's do another rose. I'm going to use this lovely bright pink that I've got. I love this color. So you can see I'm putting it on fairly thick here. But I'm going to clean my brush, add some water, and pull it out. Remember, you want to leave a lot of space, white space between. See how that just seeps through the virtues of lovely cotton paper. You barely have to touch the paper with it. There we go. So you can add a little bit to the edges and it just fills out. And my suggestion to you is not to play too much with it, so that the water can do its thing. I'm going to put one more petal over here. Add a little bit more paint. Bring that petal out a bit more. Isn't that amazing? Okay, let's, we're gonna add some interesting colors because I think it's just more fun to do that. So I'm actually going to add a bright orangey red here. And just put a touch in there, just to add a little bit of other color to the rose. I feel like it gives a lot of variety to the petals. I'm going to use this lovely bright green, sort of a blue green, because I want to add some unusual colors to this. So here goes the bright green. Isn't that pretty? Use this one on water as well, in the ocean, and it really gives the ocean a very lovely turquoisey look. Okay, add some. Okay, I'm not going to put the stems in yet because I don't know what other flowers I'm going to put there. Hope everybody can see. Yeah, okay. All right. Now I want to add pink again, but I want to add some purple to it to give it a little bit more interesting look. So I'm gonna just put in my petals. Add the purple. And we're going to go back to the pink again. Okay. Now I'm going to add a deeper pink, and I'm going to put it right there at the bottom of the purple and let it just seep up. I'm going to get more purple and just add a few petals down at the bottom here. But into that, I'm going to add my bright pink again. Add a little bit more purple here. Doesn't that make the flower look interesting? Okay, I'm going to use my bright green again. Okay, now I'm going to add, let's see, a blue flower, I think, just because we want to have a little bit of variety. I'm going to use a very soft blue. This one's got a bit of a shimmer to it, which I rather like. Sorry, just getting it onto my paintbrush. Okay, so I think I want to put it here. So the blue and the purple, when they mix together, of course, are going to be fine together. Okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit of cobalt blue. Make it quite thick so that it seeps just a little bit. Gonna let it move it a little bit. Okay, and in the center we're going to put some yellow, but I'm going to let that, I'm going to put a little bit there, but I may put some more yellow in after because I don't want it to seep too much into the blue. It'll make it go green. Okay, this bright green, I'm going to add a little bit of brown to it, and it'll give it a duller green color. And I'm going to put some leaves in. So wiggle your brush when you're doing the leaves, and it gives a more natural look to the leaf. Gives you a bit more variety in the actual middle of the leaf. I'm going to add a touch of that darker green just to the edge of this here. Give it a little bit of depth. I'm going to add a little bit more at the bottom. That way you get a nice variety. I'm actually going to get a little bit of yellow too, and just put it at the top here in a few places. Bring out the yellow in that blue flower there. Let's add another blue flower at the top here. Maybe we'll add a few different, like smaller ones. Once again, I'm going to get the cobalt blue, just put a speck. You really don't need a whole lot for it to spread. Okay, and just make that attach to the bouquet. I think we'll have a couple of little buds coming off there. Blue. And add some little leaves. So adding a variety of shapes and sizes, if it's done right, can make the whole composition work well together. We get more of that dark green, and I think I'm going to bring in a leaf here, bigger leaf. And another one here. And for fun, I'm going to add some blue to that leaf. It looks so pretty. The fun thing about this is nothing has to look realistic. It just has to capture your eye. Yeah, I really like the way that blue is getting nice and dark in there. So I think we should have some more on this side as well. Let's do a couple of buds over here, or just opening flowers. One that's just opening. Another one just about to open, and one that's just not quite opening. Okay. Whatever. Attach these flowers with at the bottom, and add some more small leaves. Let's add a little bit of blue to the leaves here too. My hand is not in the way. Sometimes it's hard to paint it because you've got to get on top of the painting and then you can't see. Let's put some more blue here. I need some more dark green. I'll leave the names of the colours I'm using in the description so that you know what I'm actually using here. Add a little bit of dark green here too. Add a little bit of water here, just to soften that just a tiny bit. I'm going to add a little rosebud in here. And I think I'm going to add one here too. Can add a tiny bit of purple to that. smaller brush so that I can get in there okay. Okay, so I think we want to bring the pink down this way. So I'm going to add another rose down here. Let's see, start it here. So bright, but then, you know, that's what flowers are. They're very, very bright. This one's going to be brighter than the others. And I think maybe we'll add some buds down here as well. See how you get a darker maroon here when you add that green and the brown to the pinky red. It's quite pretty. It also gives a bit of depth to the bud. I might just add a little bit of that to the bottom here so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of a strange thing thinking that you can put green into pink, but that's the result, of course, with a little bit of brown as well. Okay, maybe we'll put one more little blue flower here, and then we'll probably that will be the end of the amount of flowers that I'll put, and we'll just do some finishing touches. We'll just put one little one. going to go back to these flowers here and put their centers in. So I've got this is a Gamboge yellow. I love this yellow. It's so pretty. It's quite strong as well. I'm going to put some at the bottom of this one. A tiny bit of the orangey brown. Here I'm just going to add some pollen. See now, I'm going to get some of the dark brown, okay, and mix it with that deep pink. And I'm going to take just a tiny weeny little bit of it and just put it at the bottom here. It just defines the flowers a little bit more. Put one or two little strands here. I think I'm going to put a couple more green leaves over here. Let's see. A little bit of blue to that. Maybe I'll put another green leaf or two here as well. What we're doing is balancing out the composition. And I think up here we also need some green leaves. Isn't this a pretty green though? Let's put in a few stems because it just fills in that space a little bit. I think I'm going to put one here too. You don't want to have your leaves in an organized fashion because leaves are not organized. They're, when they're all together, that is. Okay, and then up here. Put one in here that looks like it's behind the petals. And I think we want to bring this out here a little bit too, to finish off the composition. Let's see. Maybe I'll put a couple of buds as well, and I'll have some leaves. A little bit of blue to give a little bit of variety to the leaves. Blue is often used on leaves to make them shine with sunlight. So that's a good thing to remember. Okay, and we're going to put our little buds in here. This time we're going to put our little leaves on the side first. And these little buds are just starting to pop. We got one more flower here just to finish the centers now that it's dried. Put that gamboge in here. I'm going to use some of the lemon yellow on top. And then use my brown and my red at the bottom. I think we need a more distinctive stem for this flower. I think I'm going to bring a leaf just on the side of the flower just to finish it. I'm going to put a few veins in with this very dark, just to, but not on all of them. And add a bit more form to a couple of the leaves. Just want to differentiate these two leaves here and this one here. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to end it. Just put a little signature. So there's the whole painting done, and I'm standing back here to look at it to see what I'd like to, if I'd like to add anything, and I think I would like to put just a little bit more deeper color here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water and then add a little bit of paint, maybe just a little bit here. This flower is dry, so I can add on top and not worry too much about blooms. One more little stroke here. you stand up and look at your painting from a bit more of a distance, you can see a few more things that you probably would like to just fix. Maybe something's not quite right or not. And by standing back, you can just be a little bit more accurate. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I do use Winsor Newton paints, and as I said, this paper from Meeden was very, very easy to use and very nice. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you will look at the other videos that I have because there are more paintings for you to see. Thank you.